So far, we discussed agile business practices and team practices. Now, we'll move on to technical practices, which focuses on how developers write high quality software. Test driven development. Test driven development is a software development practice where developers write an automated test before writing the production code. Initially, the test fails because the features doesn't exist. Then, developers write code enough to make the test pass. This approach helps detect mistakes earlier and also improves the software quality, ensuring every feature is verified from the beginning. Why do we need test driven development? Modern software contains thousands or even millions of lines of code. A small mistake in one place can affect the entire application. Manual testing alone cannot guarantee that every feature continues to work after changes are made. Test driven development solves this problem by testing every new feature immediately, giving developers confidence that the software behaves correctly. This test driven development is often compared to double entry book checking or bookkeeping used in accounting. In accounting, every transaction is recorded twice so errors can be detected easily. Similarly, in test driven development, every requirement exists in two forms, first as a test and then as a production code. If all tests pass, it gives confidence that the software is working correctly. The core idea of test driven development is very simple. First, write a test for a new requirement. Since the feature doesn't exist yet, the test fails. Next, write only code enough to make the test pass. Finally, improve or clean up the code without changing its behavior. This process is repeated for every new feature throughout the project. These are the three rules of test driven development. First, don't write the production code until you have written a failing test. Second, write only enough test code to make the test fail. Third, write only enough production code to make the test pass. These rules encourage small, controlled, and well tested development steps. The test driven development cycle is often called red green refactor. In the red stage, we write a test and it fails. In the green stage, we write the minimum code needed to pass the test. Finally, in the refactor stage, we improve the code which ensures that all the tests still pass. This short cycle repeats continuously during the development. One major advantage of test driven development is easier debugging. Since tests are executed after every small change, if a test fails, developers immediately know where the problem was introduced. This saves a lot of time compared to finding bugs weeks later after many changes have been made. Another benefit is that test cases become live documentation. Instead of reading lengthy manuals, developers can simply look at the tests to understand how a function or API should behave. Unlike written documents, these tests stay updated because they must pass whenever the code changes. In test driven development, every test should focus on only one specific behavior and should not depend on other tests. If one test fails, it immediately points to the exact functionality that has a problem. Independent tests are easier to maintain and make debugging faster. Why test driven development makes development enjoyable? Surprisingly, many developers enjoy this because every passing test gives a small sense of achievement. Instead of writing a large amount of code and testing later, developers solve one small problem at a time. This continuous feedback makes development more engaging and motivates the programmers throughout the project. To summarize the concept, test driven development means writing test before writing code. Every feature is validated from the beginning, making the software more reliable and maintainable. It also promotes disciplined coding and continuous verification throughout the development process.